Okay, go ahead.
Dennis is going to show us how to properly chip onto the green, and with that, we'll let him go ahead.
Okay, now we're going to talk about hitting a shot from probably about 10 or 15 feet off the edge of a green when you're going to hit a solid shot to get onto the green. One of the things that's very important, again, is to learn how to get yourself set in the proper place to make good, solid contact with your chip shot or your pitch shot. One of the first things you're going to work on when you're going to go to do this is make sure when you get to hit this type of shot, just like we were talking about before with the sand trap shots, your stance is going to be a little bit open, which means instead of being square like we are here, we're going to open up just a little bit. And what you're going to make sure is that your golf shaft is going to be pointing and it's going to actually be out in front of the club head. As you can see here, the shaft and my forward arm are in one straight line, so the club head is actually behind the golf shaft. The reason it's like this, when you hit a golf ball, golf shafts are actually designed to snap the head of the golf club through the ball at impact, okay? And when you set up for a chip shot and you get an angle like this when you go to hit the shot, it puts you in a good ball striking position right off the bat. And that's an important part of hitting a good solid pitch shot, is to make sure that you're set up with your hands forward, so when you go to hit the shot, you're going to make sure by going through on this that you're going to make nice contact. Also, what happens with this type of shot, if you look, there's not a lot of hand or wrist action with this type of shot. All that does is set up for a chance to make a little more mistakes, because any moving parts that you get going in this type of a shot can make it very easy to make a mistake, hit behind it, or hit the middle of the ball and hit line drives. So what you want to make sure that you do is keep everything into a position, and as you look going through, my wrists are staying nice and still going through this, so when you go to hit this type of shot, when you go through, what you'll find is you're able to hit a shot pretty solid by getting through there, and you're going to make nice solid contact going through the strike. And that's the important part with this type of shot. Little open stance, hands forward a little, and make sure when you're coming through, nice smooth move through, and you're going to have nice solid contact when you go through there. And each time, that's going to make it much easier to hit a good solid golf shot. And the thing with these shots, the important thing to always remember, number one, get the ball so you're putting. So by ensuring that you're making a good strike most every time you hit these types of shots, you're going to get that ball up and onto the green and leave yourself a chance to make a putt. The worst thing you can do is leave it in the condition you're in, hit back into the deep grass, which we never want to go into, or hit it over the green into a worse condition. So it's important to remember these shots is to get set up, hit yourself in a good solid striking position, and hit the ball solid. The other thing to remember too is a lot of people that watch golf on television want to hit these high arcing shots
I was going to ask you about that.
to these greens, and those are very difficult shots to hit, and a lot of times that takes years of practice to get that particular type of shot down. What it's important to do is make sure that you hit this ball solid and try to get it down on the ground whenever you can, okay, and make your contact consistent. That way when you go to hit these shots, what you're going to start to find out is you're always going to get the ball up so you have a putt, okay? And that's the important part, is to make sure you never have a mishit or anything like that. But again, players like Phil Mickelson and everyone sees on television, there's only a few people in the world that can pull those shots off consistently. And unless you play that much, which most of us don't, it's better to make sure that you hit a good solid shot and make sure that you have a nice putt left for the next shot. All right?
Makes sense?
Okay.
That's it for today?
Yep, that's it for today.
Well, those are 3 good lessons now.